respect to what's going on in business, oil prices actually dipped this morning because of the fear of the geopolitical tension between Trump and China. Look at what to expect this week. Goldman Sachs releases their earnings. We got Citibank, Bank of America, United Airlines tomorrow. Wednesday, we got U.S. March retail sales. Thursday, Netflix. Friday, as Adefemi just talked about, it is Good Friday, so the markets are closed. Oil prices are down. From there, we get to Fitch. Fitch has upgraded Nigeria's outlook to B from a B minus. It is still within the junk region, but they said the outlook is stable. If you look at some of the triggers as to why they are mentioning that, they talk about commitment to policy reforms, improved policy coherence and credibility, rise in FX liquidity, and then the monetary policy tools that has been used by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And then that's the chart that shows that red line is basically the junk. So it took a while to fall in there with all the challenges of the last administration. So an upgrade is an upgrade. They just have to maintain that, but we're still highly speculative where we are. Moving on from there to, I guess, the confusion around the latest electronics that have been exempt from the reciprocal tariffs. There was a release from the customs. We're going to America now. The Customs Border Patrol said that there was essentially so I guess we're starting with Trump first, but that's the update from Customs and Border Patrol on Friday, saying that those electronics have been taken off. Trump now said, no, that's not the case. So there's a whole bunch of confusion now with respect to whether or not the electronics, because the Asian shares are rising this morning, but now he's saying that, well, there was no such thing that took place. So it's all just very, very confusing. There's a poll. Actually, look at this. Ryan Peterson is in logistics. He says tariffs on semiconductors and electronics will be introduced in about a month, according to U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick. Those products were exempted from tariffs just yesterday. He tweeted this on Saturday. The whole system seems designed to create paralysis, because now if you're a trader, you don't know what it is that you're going to be doing. Very interesting stuff from Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary of the U.S. He says 45% of U.S. imports are inputs for exports. Think about that. Almost half of what the U.S. is bringing into the country is essentially an input for export. So if you tariff inputs on what you're bringing into the country, you're essentially hurting your exports. This is a very interesting poll from the Cato Institute. It essentially tells you that Americans don't want to get into manufacturing. On your left, you have a poll that says, I believe at the bottom there, America would be better off if more Americans would be in manufacturing. So it's almost 80% in blue, all Americans. It's higher for Republicans. To the right, it says, I would be better off if I worked in a factory. And it's 23% of Americans that say that I would be better off. So it's lip service that they're paying for manufacturing. And then look at this meme. Who wants factories back? You have all Americans raising their hands. Bottom, it says, who wants to work in a factory? Nobody raises their hands. And this is that meme we go back to of the Chinese AI generation, where they were making fun of Americans in a factory. They're all frowning. And this is back to that. So Trump wanting to bring back manufacturing jobs is just not something that is realistic. That ship has essentially sailed. All right, so quick, we're done.
Very quick. You know, what is really, I'm glad you brought that quote from Larry Summers, because intermediate goods are what we should be watching right now. That's where there's a lot of controversy. Thank you so much for bringing the Gabon election result. 90.3%, second only to Kagame, who won 99%.
Landslide.
Popular guys, these guys. Popular guys, huh?
But I told you,
You said so, you all said so.
It's the same. Thank you guys so much.
I thought it'd be a fair.